Okay, so I had this problem that I did in my last video where I wanted to determine, right, I have a binomial case and I want to answer this question where I have 8 adult smartphone users. Um, if I randomly select one of them, right, 54% chance that they're using their smartphone in a meeting or class, and I want to determine if 8 of them are randomly selected, find the probability that exactly 6 of the 8 are using their smartphone in a meeting or class. Now, we already determined it was a binomial situation, and we already determined the probability using the formula. So 0.147, right? We defined n was 8, the total number of trials, x was 6, the number of successes for this particular case, right? This is one question. The probability of success per user is 0.54, and then q is always 1 minus p because it's the probability of failure, so we got 0.46. So I have all those scenarios. Now, I put that here. Now I'm going to show you how to do the same calculation using what we call the graphing calculator. This is the TI 83, 84, the one that I'm showing is the 84 plus the E, but 83, they all have the same kind of buttons anyway. And what we're looking for is binom PDF NPX. Now this is going to give the probability of X successes in N trials. So this is the probability that I randomly get exactly X successes in N trials. Okay, that's what this is going to calculate for me. That's why I said sometimes too, if you hear the word exactly, that's a kind of a hint for binomial scenario, binomial situations. But there are different ways that I can handle this too. So we're just going to do this basic example, and then this is driving me crazy. So we'll do the same one using the calculator. I'll show you where to get this binom PDF. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So we need to know n, we need to know p, we need to know x, which we do know already. And we actually know the result that we should get because we used the calculator. We used the formula before, 0.147. So let's go to the calculator. All right, so again, this is like a TI 84, mine's TI 84 plus, this 83, 84, all of them, have the same buttons. So you're looking for, on top of vars, let me clear out my thing. So on top of vars, this button that says vars, you see distribution, DISTR. You want to pull that up. So it's in blue on mine, it could be in red. It just indicates to press second, and then that button vars. So second vars. Okay, so again, I want to pull up this distribution here. So second, in my case, vars. We got all this stuff in here. You don't need any of this. Scroll down. You don't need any of this yet, I should say. Binom PDF. Binom CDF is very different. We'll talk about that later. We want binom PDF. We want the probability of exactly 6 successes in N or 8 trials. Binom PDF, enter. Now, some of you have it that, where it looks like this. It asks for the trials, it asks for P, it asks for that. It asks for this stuff directly. Some of you guys, it's just going to say binom PDF and then parenthesis. You need to know the order in which that you have to input your stuff. It's always N, comma, P, comma, and then X. So I'll show you what it looks like after. So the trials is your N, and in this case it's 8. P is 0.54. Those of you that are looking for the comma, this is the comma here. So if you're going to go in order where it doesn't ask you for this directly, you want to press binom PDF, and then it has parentheses, your 8, then your comma, here's your comma, 8 comma, then your P, 0.54 comma, and then your X. This one is fancy, so it asks for it all directly. So now the X value is 6, and then it says paste. Scroll down to paste and press enter. So now this is what it looks like for everyone, whether you have my calculator or you have a TI 83. Binom PDF parenthesis 8, comma, 0.54, comma, 6. N, P, and then X. Enter. 0.147. So P of 6 in this case is approximately 0.147. I get the same thing that I got over here using the formula, which is not technically hard, but obviously a little bit more work. Let me do one more real quick. Same scenario, find the probability that exactly 4 are using the smartphone in class. I'm just gonna smartphone in a meeting or class, right? So I'm just adding to the question. So now what am I changing here? I mean, the total number of people is still 8. The probability of success is still 0.54 because I'm still taking this situation up here that we talked about earlier. Q is still 0.46. But what's changing? Now I don't want the probability of exactly 6, which is what I wanted here, right? This said, if 8 adult smartphone users are randomly selected, find the probability that exactly 6 of them use their smartphones. Now I want find the probability that exactly 4 of them are using their smartphones in a meeting or class. So now your X changes to 4. So I want P of 4. Now, you know, I mean, if you're dealing with the same situation, really N, P, and Q, they're not going to change. What's going to change is your X. But obviously, if I do another completely different problem, then I might change my N, P, and Q. So I want, by known PDF, N is first, P is next, and then X. This is what I want at the end of the day if I'm using my calculator. So again, second, vars. I'm going to go down to binom, PDF, enter. Mine says trials, so we had 8 trials. The probability of success is 0.54. So really, again, what am I changing? The X. Now I want exactly 4 successes in 8 trials. Paste. So binom PDF, N, comma, P, comma, X. Enter, 0.267. 26.7% chance. So approximately 0.267 or 26.7% chance. Obviously, it's a little bit faster using the calculator trick binom PDF because otherwise I'd have to go through the formula with all that. And then when I add to this, you know, which I'll do in my next video, you'll see using the calculator trick, it'll be a little bit easier.